Good afternoon, everybody. We are back. We are here. It is still beautiful outside today. It says it's windy, but I promise you it's not windy outside. We got Dark Bro, F-I-R-S-T, first in the chat, baby. What's going on, Dark Bro? Lemon Lust D's. How you doing, man? Troy, number 4. I like it. Mike D. How you doing? Gorilla Invictus. Glad to have all you guys in here. Let's check the market out, see what's going on, and that is not the market. We've got AMC. Woo! GameStop looking good on their earnings. We've got AMC in the top left-hand side of the screen, sitting at $4.73 at the close, $4.76 after hours. Shiba Inu coin sitting at 790 points. GameStop showing that volatility, ripping up to $27 per share, back down to $26.50. We're going to have some earnings report volatility going on in GameStop today. We're going to be watching that. Bitcoin sitting at 26,474, down 2.80% on the day. It is giving back some of the gains that it had earlier today and dipping back down and trying to test the waters and see where traders are comfortable holding their Bitcoin at the moment. The Nasdaq did have a pretty tough day today, down 1.29% overall, closing the day at 13,105 points. Dogecoin sitting at 67.67. I like that number right there. Ethereum sitting at 18.48. Shiba Inu coin 790. Bitcoin 26,476. Cryptocurrency down about 2 and 3% across the board. Mullen Auto getting mauled today. Oh my gosh, guys. Mullen Auto 50 cents a share. Absolutely insane. Nothing but losses all day. 15% declines on the day today, and it might even go down after hours. Ridiculous to see the fact that Mullen is definitely plagued, man. I even thought about selling some 50-cent puts on it 3 days ago when it was like 80 cents. Yeah, it would have been a good idea because now those puts are going to be worth a lot of money. So selling them, you'd have to buy them back for a lot more. Sundial closing the day at $1.48 today. No gain, no loss. The SPY sitting at $426.59. BBIG $227. Highcraft Mining sitting at 34.68 cents. Netflix just below 400 at $399.77. The QQQ $348.82. We've got APE sitting at $1.60. We've got MPW at $9.29. Not bad on MPW. Tesla sitting at $224. Gosh, Tesla's ripping too. And OVIX showing some volatility after hours, but that may have just been a blip of a candle there. Seems like it wants to sit around that close at $13.60. PID sitting at $17.96, and Joby, nice gain on the day today. Up just slightly, but nonetheless $6.35 and $6.37 after hours. Joby maintaining its price action after touching 678, closing at 635 today. So it did pull back on the day, but nonetheless maintaining yesterday's levels. So Joby looking pretty decent there. We're going to watch Bitcoin down at the bottom left and see what happens there. I don't know where everybody's at. If you're in here, let me know you're in here. 21 people it says we got, but like 5 people have typed in the chat. Mike D, definitely starting now. Gorilla, what's going on, man? Boom, hottie to you, J Bones. Clay, what price do you think LUNC will get pegged at if it gets pegged? So, Mike, I don't think that Terra Luna Classic is not going to get pegged. USTC is what is going to get pegged. And, I think that they're going to go for $1. I truly do. $1 sound, dang, man, look at GameStop. I'm not trying to get distracted, but whoo, GameStop down 13% there. I wonder if GameStop's earnings were bad. That's some massive volatility. They must have released those earnings. Anybody got numbers on that while I answer Mike's question here? So I think that they will try to repeg USTC to $1. Now, that's the interesting thing because moving up, moving down, moving up, moving down with Terra Luna Classic, you're just going to be able to swap that out for USTC, and it doesn't necessarily mean that LUNC is going to be pegged to anything. Now, do I think that they're going to get USTC to $1? I would say I am extremely skeptical, if not convinced that they will not be able to stair-step or ziggurat approach, repeg to $1 and create that much value for investors. I think if they end up doing something that pegs it to $1, they're either going to be, forking, essentially reverse splitting. They're either going to be forking USTC and issuing less coins to get it back up to that $1 price point and then allowing the algorithm to peg it, or they are, most likely they could peg it to 2 cents, but I don't know why. That doesn't necessarily make sense to have a stable coin that's pegged right at a 2-cent mark. $1 just sounds better for everybody interested. Here, but only listening today, a keep. Very good. Just listen, get your work done, whatever you got to do. Appreciate you being in here and letting us know for sure. Do you think over time, $1,000 worth of Shib will help you to financial freedom? So Kyle, if you've got $1,000 worth of Shib at these current prices, yes, I do think that that amount of money can help you attain financial freedom. Now, it is going to depend on your definition of financial freedom and kind of how long you're willing to hold and so on. I will say this, okay? If you just have a $10,000 portfolio or a $20,000 portfolio, that's not necessarily freedom in the sense that you don't have to worry about having a job or generating an income and so on. But if Shiba Inu coin reaches back up to those all-time highs and your portfolio, dude, you're sitting on $11,000, $12,000, that's a decent amount. And I'll talk about why in a second here. If Shiba Inu coin soars past all-time highs and doubles it and you're sitting on a $20,000 portfolio, a lot of people write off a $20,000 portfolio thinking, dude, what is $20,000 going to do? I can't buy a house with it. I can't go out. You could barely buy a car with it. And I get that, right? A lot of people think financial freedom is you having $10 million that you can go blow at the club if you want to buy champagne for everybody and so on. That's financial ignorance, and that's financial stupidity, okay? Financial freedom is you being able to generate your own income and being free of, I guess, being forced into labor that you don't necessarily want to do. So if you're looking at a $20,000 portfolio, let's talk about this for a second. If you can generate, which you could easily do, either conservatively trading or just using call options and put options to generate some income in the stock market, you can conservatively generate 0.5% a week. And dude, if you're doing that, there's $100 a week for you. If you're generating, 1% a week, you're still looking at $200 per week. Now, you might not think that $200 per week is a lot of money. Clearly, it doesn't free you up from going to work and so on. But all of a sudden, you have the, padding that you might need to transition to a lesser paying job. You have the padding to transition and try your side hustle. You have a little bit of a fallback that some of your bills will absolutely be paid. $200 a week, man, you're making $800 a month, nearly $1,000 a month, generating some income in that portfolio right there. That is going to pad your rent. It'll pad your utilities, whatever you're looking at there. It is going to create opportunity. So do I think that $1,000 worth of Shiba Inu coin is going to allow you to retire a multi-millionaire? Probably not. Do I think that $1,000 worth of Shiba Inu coin, when you reach all-time highs again, or potentially even better, can set you up on the right path and give you the padding that you deserve to go out and take a shot on whatever your dreams are? Absolutely. Come on, put AMG earnings report. Yes, let's go look at it, guys, because we got some volatility. I don't know if the numbers are out just yet, but let's see what Weeble's got, and then let's try to pull up the earnings report on Google if we've got it. So let's go look at GME and check out this volatility really quick, because we got a lot of antsy people out there right now. GameStop showing some massive volatility, going from $29 a share down to $22 a share, and it's on its way back down right now. What do we get in terms of news over the last couple of minutes? We don't have any news being sent out on Weeble just yet. Let's see if we've got anything coming out on Google here. All right, so let's see. GameStop earnings. What do we got? We don't have any articles being released yet. 6 minutes ago. Live earnings reactions. All right, TD Ameritrade. You guys got anything for... No, you don't have anything in terms of the release there. And I don't think we have any numbers being released just yet on Google. If you guys do have the numbers, it's just not pulling up for me. They're not even listening to the earnings call yet. So if you guys have some numbers there that have already been released, just let me know or send me a link and we can pull those up. Earnings report. All right. January. No, I'm seeing January numbers. They don't have the most recent numbers up there yet, at least from what I can see. Let's go to the investor relations page. Maybe they've got them up there. And quarter 4 of 2022. No, we're going to be looking at quarter 1 of 2023 there. So GameStop does not have them out on their website yet. Let me know what you guys got, if you got them out there or not. Let's see. Been holding for 3 years. It was up to 10,000 at one point. You're talking about your Shiba Inu coin position, right, Kyle? Is that what you're talking about there? Okay, I have 110 million coins. Is that going to help my future? Yeah, Kyle, I absolutely think that it could, man. I think that you can go back to the same levels that we have seen before. And I know you're kicking yourself right now for not having sold then. So you're going to be in that position, man. And then you can take that $10,000 or whatever it ends up turning into at those levels. And $10,000 is definitely going to be able to pad a nice portfolio to be able to generate some income so that you can pay some of your expenses and, give you less worries and less concerns and just pad your current income, man. There's a huge difference in being able to pad your income and completely replace your income. Everybody thinks that they have to completely replace their income in order to be financially free. Dude, that's not the case. It really isn't. Padding it, absolutely. Volt, super bullish. The real Blaze, bullish on Volt. I like it, man. The only thing I can see is they elected a new chairman today. Yeah, Lorenzo, I'm not seeing any numbers just yet. Abolish the SEC. Kalido Farm. You know what, man? I don't know if necessarily abolishing the SEC is necessarily the best idea, but I certainly don't think that the SEC is doing their job. I think that they have gotten a little trigger happy, or they've let the power go a little bit too much to their heads, and they're not doing their job. They're not protecting retail investors. They are simply looking out for themselves and giving themselves full control. Bitcoin, guys, this is a little bit of a move here. We got to keep our eyes on this. Bitcoin sitting at 26,362 right now. We've got 3 lines bringing us down through support, so we might be on another downtrend for Bitcoin. Bot, me? No. Possibly abolish the SEC. Saw it? No. Not me thinks. Me? Who? I don't even know. Moji, take the heat. I don't want it. Definitely not. So what do you think Milady will do? Troy, I think Milady is going to do what Pepe does, right? Heavily correlated to the overall meme coin excitement. Therefore, I don't know how many people are going to stay on with this. Let's call it new class of meme coins. Clearly, Shiba Inu coin and Dogecoin have got themselves a community that is going to be committed for the rest of their lives. Now, Pepe, Milady, Wojak, Bob, all of these guys, they're kind of the new class of meme coins. And knowing that they've only been around a month and had a month's worth of action, they didn't really build the same type of community and the same type of commitment that Shiba Inu coin and Dogecoin did. So I think if the hype fades, those coins will fade as well. If they repeg USTC with dollars, shouldn't LUNC be slightly more valuable than USTC? It doesn't have to be, okay? Man, Bitcoin is, I'm not liking that sell-off right now. It doesn't have to be more valuable. So theoretically, if now let me put it this way, okay? When before the depeg, USTC, when it was at $1, there was roughly $20 billion worth of USTC and roughly $40 billion worth of Terra Luna Classic. So you might be thinking and trying to follow the same suit where Terra Luna Classic with the coins that were outstanding then and the amount of people that hoarding Terra Luna Classic versus USTC, it's worth twice as much. Therefore, if we get USTC back up to $1, then of course Terra Luna Classic should be worth $2. That's okay if everything worked out the exact same way that it did in the past. I don't think we get USTC back up to that $1 mark by stair-stepping it and creating, gosh, dude, at these levels, that'd be $15 trillion worth of Terra Luna Classic. So I don't think that it's going to work the same as it did in the past. So I would say no, it doesn't have to be worth more or even have a higher price. Even if it's worth more total, I don't think that it needs to have I guess, higher price or a higher valuation. It's 91 degrees. I'm dying. Dude, it's only 72 degrees here. It's not that bad out today. Sunny, 72. How do you think Caspa is going to change the game? Elite Dark Lotus. I have no idea if Caspa or how it will change the game. Very sorry about that. Hey, everybody. What's going on, Tim? How you doing, man? 98 here. Dude, it's 72. You guys are crazy, man. Arizona, Washington, this stuff is nuts. Where are we going here? We did a little market recap. Let's see if we've got any earnings updates for GameStop out there. And pull this back up. I'm still not seeing anything in terms of... Okay, we do have some... Ooh, this is interesting. GameStop terminates. Matt Furlong is the CEO. Don't know why they did that. Dang, man, guy is getting fired. Let's see if we got any earnings numbers in here. Nope. All right, GameStop said on Wednesday, Matt Furlong has been terminated as CEO, and the board has appointed Ryan Cohen as executive chairman, effective immediately. Interesting. I still don't have any numbers on GameStop's earnings there, but yeah, man, that guy getting fired. So is Ryan Cohen the CEO of GameStop now? It's just this activist investor. I would look into Caspa research. A big stuff. Yeah, no, Elite Dark, man. I believe it. Let's see what Caspa is looking at right now. It definitely could do very well, but I don't know. It's just not something that I've been into. So Caspa, somebody has been talking about this. I don't know if it was Ryan Davis or somebody else in here. So, no, you know what? Wasn't this Kristen or somebody that was talking about Caspa? Caspa sitting at a $279 million market cap. Very, very high market cap. It's not one of these small, tiny little coins. But I do like the price action, man. The price action has seen some very nice gains. And then at the end of March, beginning of April, peaked and has since come back down. This is very bullish between June of 2022 and March, April of 2023 here. But it has seen a decent pullback in terms of the price action there, all the way back down to 1.5 cents. You guys couldn't see any of that. Now you can. Very sorry that I did not click the button so that you guys could see it. Caspa on a pullback could be something to be able to get into and to be able to buy into. Still has a very high market cap. And obviously would look better in this 1/10 of a cent range when it's talking about a $25 million market cap instead of a $250 million market cap. But nonetheless, it's had some phenomenal gains since it was introduced last year. I just don't know what they do. And I can try to look into it a little bit, absolutely. It's very difficult, guys. You know, it's very difficult, especially with all of the videos that I do on Shiba Inu Coin, all of the videos that I do on Terra Luna Classic. I feel like I've got a very good understanding of everything that's going on in LUNC, everything that's going on in Shiba Inu Coin, and the overall cryptocurrency market news. That's because that's what I make videos on and I look at all day long. When it comes to these other coins, absolutely. The best that I can kind of scratch the surface with is a little technical analysis. But as far as like looking in and doing some deep dives into their projects, that does take a long time and a little bit more work than just being able to pull up during a live stream. Yes, 98 plus is around the corner. Oh my gosh, man. Executive Chairman. GameStop out. The big loss. Oh my gosh, dude. How in the world did they post such a big loss when the previous quarter was such a nice gain? Was it because they actually had a loss, or did they just not meet analyst expectations? I'm getting so many CoinMarketCap notifications that everything is going down. It's not even funny. Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. I mean, if you look at Webull right now, and well, you know what? Let's see if we can pull anything up here. All right, we got earnings numbers for GameStop real quick, and then we'll jump back out to the the customized chart here and see all those coins and stocks that we've got. But, man, GameStop posts earnings per share of negative 17 cents, misses by 12 cents. My goodness, dude. I don't know if analysts were a little too optimistic, and that's why we're sitting on this massive loss. They were expecting about 5-cent losses as opposed to 17-cent losses, or if GameStop just did something terrible. The sales came in at $1.24 billion, and they missed $1.36 billion estimates. So GameStop posting some very poor numbers, and my goodness, what a decline, my goodness. GameStop sitting down here at $21.63 after a hard loss. It very likely to open down heavy tomorrow. $21, dude. That's going to bring us back down. We're going to watch this. 21.40 right here. We're going to throw this red line on the chart so it's easier to see. That's going to bring us down at least to right here at tomorrow's open. A huge gap down, man. A huge gap down. I would hate to see 18 or possibly even $15 again on GameStop. Everybody that was hoping for a good earnings report there, unfortunately got a bad earnings report. Bitcoin, it is bouncing, curling back over a little bit though, guys. 26,371 on Bitcoin, down 3.20%. Shiba Inu coin stagnant in volume, so not doing too much there. First coin to beat the trilemma. Very nice. You're talking about Cashapp still, correct? Or are you talking about a different one? $80 or 80 in Minnesota. I was like, $80 in minutes? Is that what we got? 80 in Minnesota. Thanks for my gifted membership from yesterday. Logs had to have come from, well, you know what? I think Rozzy sent one out yesterday, but I don't know if you got the one from Rozzy or if you got the one from Richie, because Richie sent one out. I'm pretty sure Rozzy sent one. Rozzy, did you send one yesterday? I don't know who you gave one to, but then Richie gave out a couple of them yesterday as well. Skip trying to buy back my games for only $15. Yeah, you go out there and you spend $65 on a game, Mark, and then they want to buy it back from you for like $6 and sell it for $45.50 at the store again. It's tough, man. Biora holding like a Movo, gone postal. Is Biora back on the incline or the decline? We have not looked at Biora Therapeutics in a while here. AKA Prague for the old school holders. Let's look. Biora Therapeutics sitting at, Biora looking good. $5 per share. Guys, not bad gains. Going from $2 and something up to $5 a share. Biora looking pretty good right now. I don't know if this $2 and change mark was the absolute bottom or what. But $2 held up very well, and it's bouncing back up to $5 here. Will it ever get back up to $15, $20, $50, $100 per share? I obviously am highly skeptical of that happening, but the short-term trade, man, you guys are making money if you got in Biora Therapeutics basically any time in 2023. So looking very good on that one. GameStop, or not GameStop. We will watch GameStop. GameStop falling pretty hard here, but Bitcoin falling pretty hard as well. With burns alone, can LUNC hit $1 at the burn rate right now when Lambo? Boom! Crypto Rocketeer, what's going on, man? At the burn rate right now, no. Because in order to hit $1, let's be as optimistic as possible, okay? And let's say that they only need to burn 90%. If they burn 90% and a dollar price point is going to take you to a $600 billion valuation, that would basically put it. Well, that's actually probably right around. It could be right. It's a little lower, I think, than where Bitcoin's at right now, but still higher than where Ethereum is at right now. Let me just double check that. Where's Bitcoin's market cap? That's actually more expensive. Bitcoin's at 510. I thought Bitcoin was above 600. Bitcoin is at $510 billion right now. So a $1 price point with burning 90% of the supply is going to take Terra Luna Classic to the current valuation of Bitcoin, the largest coin in the game. Now, do I think that that's possible? Sure. A long way down the road, absolutely. But you mentioned the current rate right there. Let me see if we can pull this up here. No, I want this one here. This one's easier to read. All right. So if you look at this, this is to Rarity. Oh, thank you very much for subscribing, Steven. I absolutely appreciate that, man. If you're in here, shout out to you. If you're on a video, well, you're not going to know that I shouted you out, so sorry about that. But burn with the tax, guys. So far, 20 billion it has been burnt with the tax. The daily burn rate, this is what's important, 184 million Terra Luna Classic are currently being burned on a daily basis. That's the Terra Luna Classic burn tax, plus everything that is contributed, plus, Binance's burns, averaged out, and we're burning roughly, let's just make the numbers easy, 200 million per day. In order to burn 90% of the supply, we need to burn roughly, oh, you know what, they take it out 5 years. So just based on the current numbers, man, we're going to burn 5% in 5 years. We're burning about 1% of the supply every year. If nothing changes, the price doesn't change, the burn rate doesn't change, it's going to take us 90 years to burn that level. Now, clearly, I do think that Terra Luna Classic can reach that dollar mark in 90 years and be sporting a $600 billion valuation. 90 years from now, I think a lot of cryptocurrencies will have hundreds of billions of dollars in value, if not tens of trillions of dollars in value. It'll be like you jumping into the stock market back in 1900 and then saying, "Ooh, I wonder if any company is going to be worth $1 billion in 100 years from now." Well, clearly, there are companies that are worth trillions of dollars now. That is 1,000 billion. So yes, your expectations are probably going to be well exceeded in 100 years time frame. You don't care about 100 years time frame, but I can guarantee, dude, if you took a little flash drive, you took a little cold storage wallet, man, and you threw some Terra Luna Classic on it, you buried it in the backyard, wrote a little treasure map, and told your great-great-great-grandkids, or your great-great-grandkids, or just your great-grandkids, don't even really matter, to go dig that bad boy up in 60, 70 years from now, dude, they are literally going to have some treasure for sure. Now, the only thing you want to watch out for, you better make sure that treasure chest is watertight, and they're going to know the passphrase to that wallet. Otherwise, it's going to be very expensive yet useless treasure for them to pull up. It's beautiful 72 degrees and sunny with a nice breeze here in mid-Ohio, but we're choking on the Nova Scotia smoke because chemical fires couldn't kill us. Yeah, man. I didn't even notice that it's hazy out, but I have been coughing a little bit over the last couple of days, and I wonder if it's because of that, because my mom did mention that, so I've been coughing a little bit because of it, and I think that could be the cause. Now, Tim, streaming games is killing GameStop. Game developers don't like physical discs because it can be resold many times versus streaming. Interesting. And I'm going to be completely honest. I thought that GameStop would have been killed a long time ago. I really did. Same way that Blockbuster died, I thought that GameStop would die. I remember doing a report and seeing some people do some reports on Netflix back in college. When I was getting ready to graduate college, a lot of people started doing reports on Netflix, but that was way back in the day, okay, when you had to get physical DVDs sent to you. Now, it was kind of stupid, right? Because you needed to set up a queue, and you needed to know what you wanted to watch like 2 or 3 days in advance. You needed to queue it up, and then when you sent your DVD or your 2 DVDs, whatever package you were signed up for, when you sent those back, of course, the next 2 in your queue would be shipped out. And people were doing it. People were using it. They were renting movies and having them sent to their house, just sticking them back in the mail and having them sent back. And that was hard on Blockbuster. And then the internet, which still sucked, there was a lot of buffering going on in streaming these movies. And people, they didn't have the internet speed and bandwidth necessary to stream movies right. But Netflix continued on, and absolutely killed Blockbuster. I thought for sure GameStop would have been dead by now. And that's not, me hating on GameStop or anything. It's just complete logistics of it. Why are people still going to GameStop when streaming is obviously the current future? Does that even make sense? The current future? The present. Streaming is the present. Physical copies, who the heck wants those? I buy my nephew a Nintendo Switch game, right? And it's a little physical SD looking card thing. Well, dude, he wants the downloads. He wants the downloads of the games. You get him one of those little SD looking card things. What the heck am I supposed to do with this? Now I gotta keep this somewhere and make sure that I don't lose this. It's tough life, man. Everybody's going digital. Do you think CZ will use the recent SEC issues as an excuse to stop burning LUNC? Matthew, I would, okay? That's not to say that CZ will. I would. Now, CZ is a completely different breed of a man. He can he can do whatever he wants. But they are going to be getting hit now with, not millions, they're going to be getting hit with hundreds of millions of dollars in litigation fees. They're going to have to pay these lawyers literally hundreds of millions of dollars. And that doesn't include any fines if they lose their case that they're going to have to pay. So, me, yes, I'd almost be in conservation mode right now. I'd be in defense, and I would be getting ready to save up. I'd say any expenses that we do not need in this business, we are going to cut right now and make sure that we can make it through this nonsense. I do consider it nonsense. Like, don't get me wrong. I think CZ is in the right and the SEC is in the wrong. But, any frivolous spending, which I do believe the Terra Luna Classic is, the burns are frivolous. I believe it's great marketing, yes. But this wouldn't necessarily be the time to market and build rapport in communities and so on. It's, they've got to survive the SEC suit. And they're going to be much better off if they win that suit than they ever would be if they continue on burns. I think that the Terra Luna Classic community will actually understand. And I think that the Terra Luna Classic community will still thank them for burning the Terra Luna Classic that they did. And completely understand that they've got... they're going to have hundreds of millions of dollars in litigation fees coming up. Blockbuster, what's that? Exactly, Caesar. I still got my Blockbuster card down on the desk. So if you guys want to know what a Blockbuster card looks like, I got one. Chris, thank you very much for the super chat, Chris. Chris says, I'm off work and the chat's still going? Definitely. Unfortunately, it is 4:31. My God, time flies. Say it with me. Till the next time. Hope each and every one of you have an awesome day. Absolutely, Chris. Matthew, and thank you very much, Chris. I mean, you're off work. The chat is still going. Absolutely, man. Glad to have you in here. It is 4:35 right now. It's not 4:31 for you. It's 4:35 for me. It's only 3:31 for you, I think. Aren't you an hour behind me? Now, I don't even know if you're an hour behind me or not. But, yes, dude. Very glad to have you in here right now. And very glad to see that you're off work already, man. And you're not having to work like a 20-hour day today. Matthew, in my opinion, CZ is going to F up GG worse than... Gosh, I don't even know if I can say all that stuff on YouTube and allow YouTube to continue liking me. Tim, I hope so, man. I hope so. See, the thing is, CZ is a smart dude. I think that CZ is playing for the right team right now. I do. Sam Bankman-Fried, I know that guy was a smart guy too. I think he started to play for the wrong team. You know what I mean? Like, I think he got a little bit in over his head with the government, and he began to play for the wrong team. I think that CZ is currently playing for the correct team. And if that's the case, dude, smart guys with a lot of money are very dangerous. And I think CZ is going to be dangerous and hopefully one of the worst nightmares of Gary Gensler in the SEC. If they cannot clearly and consistently state there are rules and tensions, then it is not based on fact, and it is based on emotion. Dark Bro, you are right. And in my opinion, unfortunately, we are living in a very, very irrational and very subjective time right now. You know, if you can literally cast your feelings on other people and you can cause other people to follow your feelings and do so like with legal authority, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about, man. I'm talking about all this weird stuff that people are doing. You know, boys and girls and boys and woke and asleep and all of this stuff. Like, if you can cast a subjective world, your subjective world, on somebody else's reality, dude, and it be accepted, it's just a very strange place to be in. And it's very good. It's going to be very hard for the litigation of these cases to go through, because you're right, man. Law isn't fact, and law isn't written anymore. It's just whatever people perceive it as. CZ should be burning more, so the LUNC becomes more valuable. The more coins being valuable, the harder it gets. Yeah, you know, Feroz, man, I agree with you, but it's also going to be very tough for CZ to do that right now, because he's going to have a huge increase in expenses here very quickly. Clay, any idea how the SEC case with XRP is going? Haven't followed it lately. What effect would that have on the Binance stuff? So, yeah, Lorenzo, the SEC versus Ripple case was actually supposed to be, according to their lawyer, settled here within the next couple of weeks, not the next couple of months. And he stated that, I believe, last week or the week before. So a lot of people are anticipating that court case to be done and settled within the next couple of weeks now. And that is going to have, or should have, a huge impact on Binance and Coinbase's suits. Why? Just because XRP is or is not considered a security does not make BNB or any of these other coins considered securities. But there is going to be major legal precedents that we get from the SEC and Ripple case that is going to be quoted over and over and over again in the Binance and Coinbase lawsuits. A coincidence, something I might have listed. Martin, yes, Shib is on Robin. I know I missed something. Dark Lotus, man, sorry for that. When LUNC to a penny, in your opinion, 2020, YNB. When Terra Luna Classic back up to roughly a $60 billion, and, you know, I say a penny, but give me some slack on that. Let's give it a little bit of a leeway in both directions. But roughly a $60 billion valuation, I think it's going to absolutely require a massive bull market rally, and it is absolutely going to require a lot of confidence in the crypto sector. So, do I think it's 2023? Do I think it's 2024? Right now, I'm going to tell you no. Okay? I don't think it's going to be either one of those years. What I see happening, man, best case scenario, what I see happening, all of this litigation and all of this nonsense by the SEC, best case scenario, these exchanges pay fines and so on, but we emerge either because Congress, in the meantime, passes some laws that are welcoming and innovative for the cryptocurrency space, but offer those guidelines. So either we have some new laws passed by Congress that, yes, will affect these lawsuits, or this litigation and all of these settlements and court cases result in some guidelines for the cryptocurrency market. If we have these guidelines and there's some, you know, obvious do this, don't do this in the cryptocurrency space, then we've got room to grow. We've got room to thrive. Businesses will understand what they need to do. Cryptocurrency projects will understand what they need to do. If you have to file certain licenses and so on, okay, so be it. But we'll have that I guess, I mean, I keep saying guidelines. I'm trying to think of a synonym. But we'll have those guidelines in place that will allow cryptocurrency to thrive. So do I see the SEC and all these lawsuits being settled by the end of the year? No. Dude, we look at Ripple. Ripple's been going on for several years. Do I think it's going to be settled by the end of the next year? That's a very optimistic timeline, in my opinion. Think about it. It's taken over a year for the Voyager bankruptcy case, and we know that they're bankrupt. We know that they don't have money. You just look at their financials and say, okay, pay your creditors whatever you can pay them. That's taken a year already for an open and shut case. So these lawyers, man, they absolutely like to take their time. They absolutely like to make as much money as possible. And I do think that this could be more of a 3 to 5 year time frame for a major confident bull market to really begin and pick back up because of all of the regulatory uncertainty, man. Gary Gensler's posted chat after why no bureaucrat should never have qualified immunity. Yeah, and dude, I completely agree with that too. And how can these guys make and enforce the laws at the same time? There's no checks and balances there. Hey, I'm a state over. We would be on the same time zone, but I always a step ahead, so nah, just messing 4:30-ish, because I don't know when you'll get this. Gotcha. Yeah, but where's the timeline? I know that Chicago, and I know that's 2 states over, right? And I know Chicago's an hour behind, but I don't know where that timeline goes down. So is all of Indiana on the same Eastern time zone? Or does it get split down through Indiana somewhere? Because I really don't know where exactly that timeline gets split. Lost a sister to the agenda. I hope she would be smarter. And I don't even know if I can say that word on here without YouTube hating me. Than that, I despise. And I will die before they turn me. I cannot and will not be turned into that. Yeah, dude, let me say this, man. Because, I don't know what everybody in here thinks. There's a certain level of respect that you can have for other people. And I get that. Sometimes the best respect, family's different, man. You've always got to love your family. You always got to look out for your family. But, if you've got somebody with differing political opinions, if a lot of people are woke and some people are sleeping, however you want to put it, sometimes the best level of respect that you can have for somebody, agree to disagree and just walk away. Right? There are certain topics that you will never, no matter how much change my mind debating goes on, you will be wrong to them and they will be wrong to you. Now, it does take a certain level of maturity to admit that. So please, just allow them to think you're wrong and you can gladly think that they are wrong. That's fine. But it does take a certain level of respect to get to that point. And, you don't always have to think that you're right and they're right and everything else, man. But love your sister. I completely agree with you, man. And just as much as they think that, they're right, they should at least respect you in the idea that you're allowed to be wrong as well. Because that's one thing that I've learned, right? There's a lot of people luckily, I don't have many I got a very small inner circle of friends or whatever, but there's a lot of people that you can think are incorrect, and they probably are incorrect, but just let them be incorrect, man. They can be annoying, they can be all of that, but, dude, I mean, especially if they're your family, just love them anyway, and I guess let them be wrong, man, and they can know, they can know that you think they're wrong. What does that have to guys, I'm sure you think that I'm wrong on a lot of stuff, right? And I can think you're wrong on a lot of stuff. That doesn't mean that you have to hate me and I have to hate you. Now, if you start to mess with my life, okay, if you start to change my life, now we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. You should still let me do kind of what I want to do, but yeah, dude, don't come over here and try to tell me that because I eat meat that, I'm a bad person and you all of a sudden outlaw meat in my house and come over. I'm just using vegetarian because some people, they're very strong vegetarians, but, they don't necessarily care. So, yeah, dude, just be mature, I guess. Be mature in that situation. You can be wrong. They can be wrong. Everybody can be wrong, but some people take it too far, man. Will they make guidelines and push the just push the CBDC? Lemon lust. Exactly, dude. Exactly. So I do think that the CBDC is their ultimate agenda. If you were trying to take over the world, if you were trying to have full control and something was threatening you, clearly you would want to disable that threat, disarm that threat, and then build up your ultimate control machine. Crypto, decentralization, it is a threat, right? It doesn't even have to be an investment. I don't even care if they shut down centralized exchanges in the United States. I really do not care at all. But they can't shut down and make DeFi illegal. At that point, that's where there's really an attack on crypto. Because when you're looking at centralized exchanges, sure, dude, all day long. Regulate these stupid exchanges. If these exchanges were regulated in how they spent their money and how they handled customer funds, maybe we'd still have all of our money on Voyager. Maybe they wouldn't have gone out and made stupid loans to their cousins and stuff. So, yes, regulate the exchanges all you want. But when you take a step against DeFi, then you're really attacking crypto. Crypto was never intended as an investment. Crypto was intended to be a cryptographic, right? You solve a code, and that is what produces the block, or produces the, it is a block, but basically pastes that onto the ledger forever, and it can never be modified. That is cryptocurrency, and it's used and intended to be transacted in, not necessarily to be held for an investment. So even if these centralized exchanges kind of end up losing and being heavily regulated by the government, that's fine. But when it comes to DeFi, when it comes to anonymous wallets, when it comes to privacy and protection, then they're going to be really attacking crypto. Clay, for example, just a thought, since a majority, but technically not everyone, can agree on laws and stupid crap, doesn't that mean that there is legitimately a common sense between people? Yeah, you would think. And Chris, I don't know exactly how far that line goes or how general that line is. Because just to use an example of it, clearly people would agree that murder is bad. You shouldn't be able to kill somebody else. But then people start debating, well, what is murder? Well, is it justifiable in this case? Well, is that even a person? You understand? They take it and they try to twist the little nuances on down the line. So I do believe that the vast majority of people could agree on the main causes. But then when the branches start to shift out and you get these unique cases, that's when people like to shift them. And okay, you get a group of people that believe this way, and then a group of people who believe that way. But dude, on down the line, I really do think that, people just want to live their lives, and people want to be respected, even if that means being ignored. And people just want to, be happy and pursue what they, get pleasure out of in life. That's really what everybody wants, man. It's just to live the best life that they can possibly live. And it gets weird when people start to worry about the little stuff sometimes that they think is all that matters. Claire will get your bacon out this weekend. USDA screwed me. Gotta peel that USDA inspector sticker off. You're getting outlaw bacon, baby. Ooh, Tim, outlaw bacon. Now that sounds like something I'm interested in. Let's get started. Hey, what's your opinion on crypto mining? 1776. I mined crypto for quite some time. 2017 through 2021. Not all the way to the end of 2021, but it is currently, and I don't want to say just a blanket statement, but it is not profitable right now. The vast majority of graphics cards, crypto mining that you are going to be doing is going to be unprofitable at the moment. How do we know that? You can come out here, you can look at, do we have it up? Yeah, we do have it up. What to mine? All right, so if you're looking at GPU miners, you can see, let's just say we're going to have an NVIDIA 3060 right here, okay? If you turn in this NVIDIA 3060, you turn that on, you want to mine some cryptocurrency, you calculate what you're going to be doing. You're going to be bringing in 21 cents a day. If you're mining Conflux, CFX, whatever that is, you're going to be bringing in 21 cents a day, but your electricity, if you're paying 10 cents a kilowatt hour, I don't know what you guys are paying, where you're at, you're going to be spending about 34 cents a day for a total loss of 13 cents a day. Electricity is expensive right now, and prices are low. Now, if you look at Conflux, since I don't know what this coin is, Raven Coin's another good example. Let's just use Raven Coin because I like Raven Coin. And I was mining Raven Coin. Raven Coin, you're going to be bringing in 20 cents a day. You're going to be spending 34 cents a day. Net loss of 14 cents a day right now at these price points. Raven coin is currently sitting at a price of 1.8 cents. And you're going to be mining at 1.8 cents. As soon as Raven coin hits 3 cents, everything would have been profitable, okay? Everything, you're just going to have to eat the electricity right now. Everything would have been profitable when you get back up to these lines right here. I want to make sure you guys can see it. All right, cool. Now, dude, think about it. And I rode up to, it was actually like 27, 28 cents that Raven coin touched. I was mining back here in this area. It was beautiful, okay? You can absolutely see the same thing. You're ripping at, 21 cents a day just on one graphics card. You're bringing in 10 coins, 15, 20 coins a day on that one graphic card, right? And if you've got a miner going and you're bringing in 100 Raven coin a day, dude, all of a sudden it spikes back up during a bull market to these levels. You're bringing in $25 a day in Raven coin mining. That's not bad at all on one little rig. So right now, it is not profitable. The only benefit to really mining a cryptocurrency right now, when you are going to be losing money, and yes, you are going to lose money because you can see right here, your profit with the electricity that you pay is going to be negative. You are actually, if instead of paying 34 cents and walking away with 21 cents worth of crypto there, you are better off just buying 34 cents worth of Conflux. You're better off buying 34 cents of Raven coin than you are mining. The only benefit is that if you are mining that cryptocurrency, theoretically you have not KYC'd yourself anywhere. There's no wallet-to-wallet kind of transfer where it can be tracked and traced on a ledger. It is going to be your unanimous Raven coin that you mine. And of course, you provide value to the blockchain, which is why you're being rewarded in those mined coins. So I do actually like mining cryptocurrency. Someone told me actually this year, you will kill yourself trying to change people, but if you can truly inspire them inside for them to change themselves is the point. Yeah, Chris, man, absolutely. And you know what, dude, that's why, that's one of the reasons too. And I don't directly think about it that way, but I know, you and I tend to agree on a little bit more. I'm sure there's a lot of topics that you and I would disagree on. There's a lot of people in here. I'm sure we would disagree on a lot of stuff. I want to live my life in the most respectful way possible to me in my values that I can. If I step on your toes, well, I'm going to, look, sorry for stepping on your toes, but if I truly believe it's right, that's all I'm going to say, man. Sorry for stepping on your toes, but, you can be wrong, and you can think I'm wrong, right? Like, I don't think that that's that bad. But I do want to live the most respectful life possible that I can, and inspire people through action instead of through, I guess, hatred and disgust. Old man advice, we're all in this together. We stand together, we die alone, except for vegetarians. They're like Scientology. It's wrong, guys. It's wrong. Yes, coming directly from the farmer himself. I love it, Tim. And you know what, man? Yeah, dude, technically you can eat whatever you want, but just don't tell me that I can't eat meat, and I won't tell you that you have to eat meat, right? Well, I smoked a lot of bad guys who would burn this country to the ground, Tim. And that's a different situation. I mean, it really is, but yes. My naturopath has been practicing for 30 years. I don't even know what a naturopath is. He says that his patients with the most nutritional deficiencies are vegans. I would believe it, dude. There's a lot of people who eat sugar. You eat 10 sugar cookies every night too. You're not going to be very well nourished, but CBDC is an act of war against the people, and any politician that votes for it should be considered an enemy combatant. Just saying. Yeah, I don't like CBDCs, man. I don't mind being able to go to the store and paying with a credit card or something, but CBDCs take it to another level. Tim, whenever I hear a Michael Caine say some men just want to watch the world burn, I actually think, what if the world that is burning is a crappy world that should go for something better? Quite possibly, man. And you know what? Let me say this. Some people, it's not that bad of a mentality because some things do need to be forged in fire, okay? Now, there's a difference between burning in hatred and then burning off or pruning. If you look at gold and how gold is made, you cannot get gold without melting down all of the inefficiencies and all of the crap that is in the metal. If it needs to be pure, it needs to go through a refining process. You cannot get a prize-winning pumpkin without pruning your pumpkin patch. You can't get an award-winning rose bush without pruning that rose bush. Some of the dead needs to go. Some of the dead weight needs to go. That which is just sucking nutrients needs to go. That is an efficient outlook. Doesn't mean that just because we hate you, we're going to cut you out. If we disagree with you, we're going to cut you out. But, Chris, you're right, man. Sometimes things are only forged in fire. Let's see. Interesting. I'd love to see your rigs. No. Yeah, dude, my rigs they're useless now, man. It's basically just a computer. It's basically just a desktop with no monitor and a lot of graphics cards. So I had 3 rigs going with it, dude. It's just and you need a little bit. You need those risers and stuff because you can't fit 6 graphics cards on the motherboard. It can have 6 slots for graphics cards, but you need those little risers. So, you basically just plug 6 graphics cards into a motherboard, plug a cheap, crappy CPU in because the CPU is basically useless. The hard drive is basically useless. I had a 32 gig flash drive as the hard drive that just ran the program and plugged directly into the router. So the only things that were actually important: motherboard, which could hold multiple flash drives. Power supply actually was important because if you're pulling too much power and you get some crappy power supplies, it always wanted to shut the rig down. So the power supply was important as well, and they typically needed 2 because I was running the AMD graphics cards, so they do draw more power. So I had 2 power supplies, and then 6 graphics cards plugged into a motherboard with a cheap CPU and a cheap, I think it was like 4 8 gigs of RAM, and then 32 gig flash drive was the hard drive. Chris, I thrived in a burning world. The elites think people will break. The Emperor of Ohio if they destroy this country. I'll take it, Tim. I'll take it. How do you feel about cloud mining apps such as B and Pi? Yeah, Elite, I've never tried that. Seemingly, we have a guy named Kenneth in here that's done pretty well mining Pi. I've not done it. I'd actually enjoy some conversations with you. I'm sure we'd see some things different, but I'm very curious to learn perspectives. Well, and that's one of the things too, man. You can see somebody else's perspective. It doesn't mean I got to sit down and go on to a college campus or the change my mind sign and have people change my minds. I'll say this, man. Typically, and there's some things I do feel very strong on, right? I feel like a lot of our opinions would align on a lot of things here. Not just yours, Chris, but a lot of people in this industry and in this live stream. But, that's the thing. And I do feel very strongly, and that's why I say you're just going to be wrong on some stuff. If we disagree, I'm just going to think you're wrong, I don't really care if I change your mind. I don't really care if you go down the wrong path in life. You're allowed to go down whatever path you want to go down. But I'm just going to think you're wrong, dude. And I can see your perspective. And that's what I was going to say. I can usually debate both sides. I can usually, that's one of my personalities is a debater. I can usually debate both sides, see the pros, see the cons. I choose mine. I choose which one I think is correct. And I typically tend to stick to that one. Let's see. Hey, everyone. 50 Shades of Green. What's going on? Just come to quickly show support and click the thumbs up. Thank you very much, Sarah. Absolutely appreciate that. Tree of Freedom is watered by the blood of patriots. Dang it, Tim. I love it, man. Chris, Tim, what's going on? High velocity lead. Downrange. I bring out your dead. Gorilla Invictus. I don't know if that's a military slogan or what, but it sounds like one. Hello, Clay. The true Binance will be delisting. Steam TV. Delisting LUNC, if that, I have not seen that, iSteam. I have not seen that Binance would be delisting Terra Luna Classic. It is probably true that BNB will be delisted from some other platforms because think about it this way. Ripple was considered a security by the SEC. Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, KuCoin, KuCoin's got it listed. It's not a U.S. exchange. But these United States exchanges did not wait for the litigation to end. They simply delisted XRP. So the same way, I don't think that they're going to wait for the litigation with Binance to end. I think that they will just be delisting BNB. So I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, or if you're talking about them delisting LUNC. I have not seen them talk anything about delisting LUNC. Time flies so quick in these streams. Lemon Lust, it absolutely does. I don't know how we're past 5 o'clock already. Sarah, 50-something. 50 shades of gray, 50 shades of Croy, 50 shades of green, 50 shades of something. Guys, it is already past 5 o'clock. Get your names in the chat right now. We're going to do some shout-outs. We will be back tonight with videos at 7 p.m., videos at 8 p.m. Please watch them. Watch them twice, man. Views have been down drastically over the last couple of months. So appreciate any of you guys sharing those videos anywhere. Facebook, StockTwits, Twitter, whatever, man. You guys absolutely make the channel. I'm one guy, right? But there's 50 of us in here. And if 50 people share, if 50 people tell somebody else about it, man, it's incredible how much how much control you guys truly have. So appreciate you sharing, liking, commenting, all of that stuff. Get your name in the chat. We're going to do some shout-outs. Timmy! Thank you very much for throwing a green name out there. And Seek and Hunt found that green name. I love it, Tim. Guys, throw a thank you to Tim as we sign off here. J-Bones, baby. See you later. Gorilla Invictus. Tim, man, enjoy it. Bob, Old Rounder, bro. Back to the Future 1776. Timmy! See you later, Tim, and thank you very much for that green name. J-Bones, baby. Peace out of the Diamond Hand of Burrito Chefs. Oh, yes. Seek and Hunt, congratulations on that green name if you are in here right now. Lemon Lust, peace out to you later. Albert, see you later, man. Lorenzo, Tony D, Dark Bro, later to you. Gorilla Invictus, have a good one as well. Back to the Future, Lemon Lust, Frank, Back to the Future. Anybody else in here? Tim, I know we had Pika in here. Pika, if you're listening and you can't type, thank you very much for being in here. Sarah Destet, 50 Shades of Green, thank you very much for being in here as well. iSteam, see you later. Mike D, enjoy your evening. All of you guys, Next Level, peace out to you. Next Level is going to be getting a green name here pretty soon. Next Level, peace out to you, man. You guys know what time it is. You want to say it with me? Say it with me. Till the next time, hope that each and every one of you have an awesome day.